racing live. What is going on, everybody? It has been a little too long, actually, since the last live stream. Let me get the background music going. I hope that's good. Again, I'm doing everything solo here, so if audio sounds a little off, either higher or lower, feel free to let me know. Hello, everybody. I haven't done a live stream in like 3 weeks, which was kind of unexpected. I also gained quite a few subscribers since the last one, so if you're new to the channel, you're new to the stream, welcome. We kind of just spend an hour, maybe 2 hours, just hanging out, talking modifieds, watching highlights from the last weekend, and just kind of breaking up the monotony of the middle of the week. So the reason there was no live stream last week, for some reason DIRTcar Digest just didn't post any highlights until like Friday, Saturday, so we really didn't have much to watch, and I knew I couldn't talk to myself for that long without looking at anything. So I canceled the stream from last week. I also just realized I forgot to do something real quick. So, oh man. Okay, alright, one sec. I forgot to make the poll for the cross flag question, so let me type this up real quick. This is so unprofessional, but that's okay, because I'm not a professional. So how was everybody's weekend? Man, this is bad. This is rough. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Ow. Can I spell right? Okay. I'm almost done. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm back. What is this? Nothing. Cool. Cool. Okay. So, Lebanon Valley, that got rained out. That kind of sucked, actually. I was really looking forward to that race. That is one of my favorite races of the year. The high banks and the fast speeds of Lebanon, with that much money on the line and that much talent showing up to the track, always puts on a good show. I remember I was like, one of my favorite videos I did last year too, because that was when I got like really comfortable, like making an intro, getting good with editing, you know, kind of like sort of finally figuring out how to tell a story and a narrative, like within the video itself. Like, so that's like when I feel like it kind of clicked. And also Lebanon's just a fun track to be at. I'm gonna turn down the volume in my headset just a little bit. Again, please, if it's too loud, too quiet, just let me know. I'm not gonna be upset. Is there anything else I wanted to mention before we jump into things? I don't think so. Again, if this is your first live stream, or your first time coming to the midweek modified roundup, I think I call it, feel free to chat in the chat, or if not, just kick back, relax, and watch some highlights from the week with us. So I'm going to get things started now. We have first up the Airborne Park Speedway. I also didn't grab any of the Flynn Racing Data graphics for this week. I kind of didn't think about it, if I'm being honest. My bad. But yeah, let's get things going here. Switch the screen. Cool. I also don't have my laptop set up next to me, so this is the first time where I'm actually not watching myself in the corner of my eye and monitoring things, so I'm really kind of going blind here this week. Alright, let's wrong button. Let me real quick, let me kill the background music, and then we can go back here, and then let's kick it off, baby. Airborne Park Speedway. Let's see what we got. I heard this was a really good race, actually.
Top three cars in sight, and Chris Raby sits back in the fifth spot, working down low off of turn number 4. Farnwell continues to work on the bottom. Here's Fuller taking through the middle now.
I don't know what Chris Raby's plans are for next year. I hope to see him more at some of the bigger shows. I feel like I just... Ooh. Hold on, good battle for the lead. I feel like I just never get to see Raby race in person. That could just be a me thing. I'm definitely not in that area of the Northeast. So right off the bat, my options to see him are limited. Whoa! Looking to crossover. My man, pots and pans. Slams the door. Tim Fuller, man. This has been a really good year for Tim Fuller. Lap car gonna hold him up at all? Doesn't look like it. I think he's got too much of the lead. Well, that definitely wasn't right. He's definitely won a race already this year. Might be his first time at Airborne, but I know for a fact he's won a race. Hell yeah, man. Show emotion. I love it when the drivers show emotion. Kind of surprised. We really don't see that many comments on a dirt track highlight video, a dirt track digest highlight video. So you kind of can tell that, like, when a fan favorite wins, the comments light up. So if you're new to like the Northeast scene, you can kind of get a gauge on who the fan favorite is from just little things like that. That was a good race, man. Not a barn burner like I've heard through the grapevine, but race for the lead is always a good race. And that is a good track. I think it's kind of underrated. Definitely made the short list for my plans for next year, but that is way, way too early to discuss. I don't even know what I'm doing this weekend. Fully, obviously, Orange County is Sunday. Got something planned Friday. Got something planned Saturday. See what the weather does again. Oh man, you know, we were on such a good run too. With let me put the background music on if I'm going to talk for a sec. We were on such a good run of not getting rained out. At least for me personally in the channel. The last time, or before Mr. Dirt Track got rained out, it was when I went to, or attempted to go to Bear Ridge, and ended up camping on the Connecticut River instead, and that was like 2 weeks before Pocono, so like the end of June. So that was a good 2 month, yeah, all of July, all of August. That was a good stretch, thankfully. There's nothing worse than like sitting in the stands after like a 4-hour drive and like just watching it rain, watching people slowly leave, watching hope slowly drift away from you. Ah, man. At least this week, my family decided to come with me, which was a nice treat. Don't know what we're gonna do for that makeup date. It did get announced that the makeup date for that race will be June 2025. So yeah. Well, I kind of expected it too. It's the start of big money season. Every racetrack is gonna have, you know, their big finale race. So fitting another race in somewhere where all the teams can go, even if it's a midweek race, it's hard to do. Kind of, you know, what can you do at that point? All right, what do we got next? What do we got next? Up next, we have highlights from the Can-Am Speedway. Switch back to this. Switch back to that.
Plow Shop. DIRTcar 358 modifieds are green at Can-Am.
That's right, this is the left headphone only racetrack for some reason.
Jumps out into the race lead as he hit the back straightaway for the very first time. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Lance Willicks, Tyler Meeks, RJ Trissetter. Then we got Scott Webb, Billy Dunn, and Tim Fuller all knotted together as they click off.
There's Tim Fuller again. That's weird. That's funny. 2 for 2 in the stream with Tim Fuller appearances.
Fuller again gets a great restart, much the same as last time. Derek Webb trying to get on through on the top side, and Derek Webb drives it deep into the corner, tries to find that outside lane, but Lucas Fuller a little bit stronger on the inside portion of the racetrack. He'll clear Derek Webb again into turn number 1 and 2 as Fuller again.
Mini flagger W on the front stretch there. See, this is a good race.
As they're working up off the turn, back down to the line. Lucas Fuller in command. 6 wins at this facility, knows it better than anybody, and right now he is working that outside lane to perfection here into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to find a way by Sean Shaw. He gets there. Now he's looking to the outside lane on Derek Webb off of corner number 2. Can't quite get there as they work down in turn number 3 and 4. Dunn will try to set it up again through corner number 3 and 4. And Billy Dunn once again on the charge on the top side of the racetrack, even with Derek Webb at the line for the 2 spot. And Dunn now will get it.
Billy Dunn is charging, man.
Down the back straightaway. So Billy Dunn, when people say he can't go on the top side of the racetrack to make some passes, he just said, "Hold my beer, watch this, I'll do it." And he made 3 big moves to get to the number 2 spot. And Billy Dunn is trying to deny Lucas Fuller his first career win. Billy Dunn up on the top side. Lucas Fuller down low. Drag race to the line with 7 to go. It's Fuller by a nose into turn number 1 and 2. Dunn's going to keep it glued to the top side of the racetrack. Billy Dunn to the lead as they click off number 8 left, number 18 down the backstretch. Fuller back to second. Sean Shaw all by himself in third. Derek Webb, Lance Willicks the top 5 this season. And right now, the white flag is in the air. Final time.
Man, he was hooked up.
Down across the stripe. 1 more to go.
And that's a smooth racetrack too, man. I am jealous.
Coming into tonight, he had 66 career wins as he works his way into turn number 3 in 7 in his third of the season at Can-Am. Lucas Muller second, Sean Shaw third. Your track champion Tim Fuller will get fourth, and Lance Willix will cross in fifth.
No interview, no victory lane. Whatever. I complain about it every freaking stream, whatever. I see a lot of people coming in and out, checking out the stream. I'm assuming you guys are some of the new subscribers I picked up from the last couple weeks. Yeah, this is kind of what it is. It's just a chill, kick back, relax. Nothing live, but nothing else to do on a Wednesday either, you know. I have a question for my audience. Why the hell is my Woodhull video blowing up? I have no idea why, but it is one of the best best performing videos I've made this year. I can't figure out why. Woodhull isn't a very popular track. It's not one of the big tracks. They don't have any streaming deals. I don't think the track tweeted anything out or made a Facebook post about the video. I couldn't find anything from any of the drivers. I'm getting like 200 videos a day, or 200 views a day on that thing, and I cannot figure out why. So if maybe it's just YouTube being YouTube, but if you guys heard or found out about the channel from someone, let me know. I need an answer here, man. I also want to say, because Dirt Track Digest isn't putting out all their videos at once for some reason, some of the normal highlights we watch are in yellow up there. That just means it hasn't been made available as of the stream right now. Maybe by the time we finish the highlights, they'll post one or two more and we could jump back into that. But as of right now, we won't be able to watch the highlights. So that just to clarify the yellow. Oh man, there was a lot of red last week too, wasn't there? Oh man, the season's winding down, boys. Season is winding down. Alright, so up next we have Ransomville Speedway. I believe this was the last modified race from Ransomville to, is that the same with the other two tracks? Let me look real quick. I don't see Can-Am on my list, actually. No, yeah, so that was the last Can-Am video we watched, too. Airborne Park. No, Airborne's got a couple more races, at least. So that was the last we'll see of the year from Can-Am. I mean, obviously, I guess I shouldn't say that Super DIRTcar Series is going to be there Friday, so we'll watch those highlights. But in terms of their weekly program, that's it from Can-Am. And this is about to be it for Ransomville as well. You heard in the video, Tim Fuller won the championship at Can-Am, and Matt Williamson did win the championship from Ransomville. That was a great championship battle. During the off season, we're going to have to just watch all the highlights in a row from that track and do like a marathon of Ransomville. Probably the same thing with Lebanon too. Both of those tracks put on just amazing championship battles in their weekly racing, in their weekly championship. All right, Ransomville Speedway. What do we got to finish out the year?
Get Ryan Susie. We'll bring him to Blaze Miller's double greens in hand. Blaze, you can crank him up tight, turn him loose, and let him fly. It's the championship point finale at the Big Modifieds.
Watching these tracks kind of put in perspective how wide Can-Am Speedway is, because we saw how narrow Airborne Park is, and Ransomville kind of, it looks a little bit wider, but it's still a narrow track. It's kind of, I don't know, shocking is the right word. Eye-opening, because it's not something you think about until you actually do something like this where you go track to track, like right in a row. Battle for the lead, is this? No, battle for second. Ooh! Little hip check there. Right against the wall is Gary Lindbergh. Oh, I guess I spoiled the championship race, huh? I didn't think of that. Yeah, these two, like I said, were neck and neck going into tonight with double points night for the final race, so I mean, Gary did everything he could here. He won the race, but Williamson did everything he needed to as well. It was his race to lose. Very impressive. He had a really, really good year. That's how close it was. That's just how close it was. To the Gary Lindbergh fans, chin up. You got the championship in Maryville, at least. So, it wasn't two, but it was at least one, you know. Am I at halfway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else am I missing? Oh, Devil's Bowl. That's it. Alright, well, we're not at... Well, I guess we're about at halfway. There were 7 highlights we're watching this week. So, this is probably a really good time, actually. So, I have been inspired by Gary Lindbergh, actually. As well as Eric Rudolph, because throughout the year I've seen a lot of both comments on my videos and chatters on these streams say how Eric Rudolph is just cherry picking. Gary Lindbergh is only that good because he's racing against lower competition, but when Matt Williamson shows up to those tracks and Rudolph does compete at Super DIRTcar Series and Short Track Super Series, I wanted to come up with a way to actually measure and evaluate how well they stack up compared to other drivers. So what I did is I looked into the iRacing community, and if you don't know, iRacing is an online racing game where you compete against other people and you climb the ranks, and it's set up so that you always race people similar to your style. So what I did is I took some of the math that ranks you based on your skill compared to the other guys you race with, and I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and I came up with my own system to kind of rank all the drivers and how they stack up against each other. So Let me switch back to the screen. And let me open up... is this in frame? I hope it is. Oh, it's almost in frame. That's annoying. Okay, let me just do this real quick. Is that better? Sure. So I spent a lot of time judging how all the drivers did in the last week. I went back to the Short Track Super Series race at Georgetown, and I went through every single race's results, and I came up with a formula that shows how good each driver did. Now, this is really just showing how they did, or how well they were in the past, was it 10 days? I think it was, since Georgetown. So it's really, really weighted heavily towards recency. I'm going to try to keep this updated for as long as I can. I'll probably leave this at, like, the math as is until the end of the year, and then during, like, December or January, maybe instead of, obviously, one of the modified Roundup streams, we'll still do some live streams. We could come up with a way to just tweak this a little bit, just if we need to. But as of right now, I think this is as good as it's going to get. And I spent all this time just to prove that Matt Shepard's the best. After all that. Hey, Jamie, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so that was kind of pointless. But you can see here, let me count real quick. Lindbergh is 8th out of... This is all the math I did. These are all the different drivers I ranked. 440 different drivers competed in the last, what did I say, 10 days? So he's 8th out of 440. Then, of course, you have guys like Joe Judge. Probably shouldn't be as high up as he is, but he did get a win at Accord, and since it's just a small surface data pool, it's a little bit weighted differently, but I think this is really cool. I'm going to keep this as updated as possible, starting tonight, because Airborne Park Speedway does have small block racing going on tonight. But man, I hope we could really see some cool standouts. We wouldn't think of, like, Jack Lehner's kind of down here towards, I'm not gonna say the bottom, but he's lower than what we thought. Danny Tyler, points leader right now at Accord. Is he really the best modified driver in the country and we just don't know it because he doesn't travel? Or is it just luck that Accord might not have a good weekly racing roster, is what we would think. But this, yeah, I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of this. Let's jump into another highlights, and then, or another highlight video, and then we can do the cross flag question as well. So up next is New Egypt, taking a big swing at Bridgeport by putting their highlights up, and Bridgeport not. I don't look, I don't make the rules, but that's what they're saying. So
modifieds are underway. 30 laps of racing as they move down the back. Oh, we got 3 wide racing in a couple of spots. Oh, Montana comes flying through the center in the middle of the pack there. Almost made it 4 wide, but he got by 3 cars, including both Grassos. In the 1 and 2, and down the back is
a lot of good drivers in, like, the mid pack here.
He's lap 2. 2 laps, 2 different leaders. Jimmy Horton making it 3 wide.
Jimmy Horton. Haha. Oh, it's good to see him still racing. Definitely a fan favorite at Orange County.
Justin Grasso on the move. He's moved up a couple of spots.
Sad to see he isn't racing at Orange County this year, at least for the big 3. I'm sure he's going to show up for Eastern States.
Trying to come through the field. Down on the bottom, it is Brian Cole squeezing under Joe Brown. They make slight contact. Horton up on the outside. Cole gets by Horton. Whoa, Joe Brown and Horton make contact there.
Well, show it.
Danny Creedon has caught them. He's gone by a
Man, they
couple
are
of
both
cars.
really
He works
loose.
inside of Horton, and Creedon coming to the top 5, and he pulls up in front of Horton going down the front straightaway.
Hard cut.
Green is back out, 7 laps complete.
I say this all the time in these streams, but I will do the same thing sometimes where if a car just stops on the inside of the track, or if there's a debris caution, I won't bother putting it in the video.
Tanner Van Doren is by Joe Brown, and now coming around.
But Danny Creedon charging towards the front. One of the guys I saw in the mid-pack at the start. Same with TVD. TVD, big fan of the channel. I'm a big fan of TVD. The kid needs to sell a t-shirt. Got Brett Haas up here this week.
Turn number 4, green. 11 laps to go. 11 to go. Houseworth maintaining the lead as he drives out in front. Creedon and Van Doren taking up the chase. Anthony Tramontana has gone by several cars. He's in the top 5 ahead of Go Down. He was behind him on the restart. DJ Hunt falling back several spots. Or he'll get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Creedon a distant second with Tanner Van Doren right behind. Tramontana and Salmon continue to race side by side for 4th. Final 2 turns, Jim Houseworth.
Wow.
Is going to visit victory lane for the first time in 2024.
Man, he dominated that one. Victory lane! Ah, no interview, that sucks. Dirt Track Digest, you guys gotta just hire me on as a... Never mind, don't hire me. Oh shit, wrong button. Wait, I clicked the wrong button, hold on. Okay, we're good. We're back. We're fine. We're fine. Oh man. I liked New Egypt Speedway. It was my first time there at the start of the season for episode 1 of 2024. I haven't been back, unfortunately, but I definitely want to go check out a weekly race showcase at that track. I believe they allow overnight tenting. Big bonus points for me. Saves me money on having to buy a hotel room. And it's also just a little bit more fun to stay at the track. Alright, halfway. We are halfway home. Let me also, real quick, just check DTD. Nope, still no new video for today, so I don't know why. I don't know why they switched their formula of upload everything Monday, Tuesday to Guys, if you need help, I'll edit the videos, you know. I'll absolutely, you know. I have experience doing it, obviously. I promise I won't drink when I do it. Hire me or something, I don't know. Cross flags. We are halfway home, boys. Halfway home on this stream. And as always, we have a cross flags question of the week. Who should be on the thumbnail for the next stream? My 3 nominees are Tim Sears Jr., who has 2 championships now in 2024, both at the Brewerton and Fulton Speedways. Ryan Dolbear picked up his first career win last week, and I'm going to keep putting him on because you guys don't vote for him, but he deserves it at some point. Eric Rudolph swept races at Tri-City Raceway Park. Is it Tri-City Raceway Park? Tri-City Speedway? Oh man. Tri-City last week with the Bicknell Products Tour. So feel free to vote by leaving a comment if you're watching the video on demand. If you're here live, drop a comment now. And I'm also, this is what I forgot to do at the start of the live stream. Let me put it back. This one. I'm going to post a poll on my channel. So feel free to, once it goes through, feel free to vote here as well. So you can, if you're here live, you can technically vote 3 times. It's legal in Bear Racing Vlog. The Bear Racing Vlogs YouTube channel. Hell yeah. So, like I said, I have some ideas, some plans for this week. Watching the, if you do happen to camp over New Egypt, hopefully you do not encounter the New Jersey Devil. I'm a Rangers fan, man. Don't worry, I can take them. I can take them all on. Yeah, I got you. There, when I went to Bridgeport, true story, I was actually a little concerned about being so close to Philadelphia and being like the New York sports guy. I left all my Rangers and Mets stuff at home. I did not want to just run into the wrong guy. That was at Bridgeport, which I can't believe was this year. You know, since I started doing this track chasing stuff, and I mean like every weekend, people told me a lot in college that like once you graduate, life goes so quickly. You know, you blink and you miss it, and like I was starting to like really become the case after my first 2 years, or my first 2 years of like real life after I graduated college and like had a real job. But then like since I started doing this every weekend, it became a standstill. Like I can't believe I went to the, you know, New Egypt. I did Bridgeport. I went to Wall Stadium. Riverhead, Stafford, and the Spring Sizzler. I spent a weekend at Thompson Speedway. I went to check out what the Fast Cars and Freedom thing is all about at Brookfield. I followed High Limit around New York. I did a weekend with the Empire Super Sprints. Orange County. Like, I can't believe I did all of this, and it's only technically been 5 months. Like, that's insane. Highly recommend track chasing. Oh, is that the end of the background music? Oh, it is. Let me restart that. Okay, so the next 3 highlights, or the last 3 highlights, I should say. 3 big races. So we don't have weekly highlights from Big Diamonds, but we do have highlights from the Coal Cracker, a 72 lap $10,000, or no, was it a $15,000 to win race? Yes, it was 15, and then STSS was 10. Or is it the other way around? I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Big money race to close out the season at Big Diamond. So let me kill that. Let's get back into the highlights. And I actually did buy a digital ticket with DTD TV, and you know, did what you're supposed to when you watch it. Drink a lot of beer at home and watch some great racing. Yes, I know about the actual New Jersey Devil. That is how the hockey team got the name, though. It's named after the mythical being.
Meanwhile, Kressley, as pretty much expected, leading early from the pole. Timmy Buckwalter chasing him out of quarter number 2. And you know, side by side, they fire off a turn number 4 for the restart.
It was a really good race, this one. I hope the highlights do it justice, but watching it live was, it was a good one.
And leads the pack down the back chute. Jeff Strunk is up to 3rd. Yeah, Strunky around Loud and Reimert on that restart. Jeff pulling up. I thought he was going to go up to the rear bumper of the number 14. Pouch able to get away from him by a couple of car lengths. Reimert in hot pursuit of the 357. Tyler, we're going to see the replay here on DirtTrackDigest.tv. Strunk, yeah, just really up in smoke.
Oh yeah, Reimert had nowhere to go.
In that fluid. Kind of just gently tap the wall. Or
I don't think Reimert rebounded. after that one, which is a shame because he did really well in his heat race and was running in the top, I don't know, top 5, but definitely the top 10. Before he spun out like that. And also Tyler Dipple, man. I mentioned it before on the stream. See, you love him or you absolutely hate him, but he's got talent if he could keep his head on his shoulders. And I kind of want to see the comeback story. I hope that's a good thing, Russell. I know track chasing was a very, very big thing to do back in like the 80s and 90s, and I think just the cost of living and everything going up in terms of price kind of hindered that a little bit, but I'm keeping it alive. I'm doing what I can.
CBD right there, he is just outside the top 10. No matter how it ends, yeah, he's made a pile of money. Pouch on the outside. Billy Jr. gonna muscle to the front. Well, but he's there, but not just yet. Now he gets the bite he needed down that back straightaway. Now he gets himself out in front. He is going to come off a turn number 4.
During the live stream of this race, they kept panning over to the crowd, and they were just going wild for Billy Pouch.
Cressley back to the runner-up spot. Perego to the outside of Creedon.
I don't expect him to show it in the highlight reel, but
give it to Perego, but Creedon
very popular driver
so now
in this country.
Jr. assuming command of the coal cracker. He's tried many a time to pick up the big one here. That's where Cressley's manhandling that car now, and it's Perego that takes the top route. Perego has a run down that back straightaway. He inches ahead.
I love modified racing, man.
He slams the door shut in the process. Gives second place on lap 44 to Anthony Perego. Perego looks to have the quickest car right now. Pouch had the inside track. That works for him, and it keeps him out in front. Leaders are coming off the 4th turn, and it looks like Perego is beginning to make a strike. Yeah, he's there. 20 to go. 20 laps remaining.
I was cheering.
Pouch Jr. right down around the bottom. Look at Perego with a big run off turn 2. Pouch drifted up in front of him. Yeah, Perego, he got off track a little bit, but that didn't all deter him. Here he comes. It's going to be a pass for the lead on the outside. Lap 53, and your new front man is Anthony Perego. Perego launching again off the bottom of turn 2. Really good. Pouch Jr. hanging with him, though. Billy, oh, now he...
A little bit of character in the track.
Coming back out, we're back green. 19 laps remaining. Pouch Jr.
This was a fun race to watch live, man, I won't lie.
Having trouble getting that 14 to rotate through 1 and 2. Oh, we got trouble. Cressley was he was in a jam there. And now he's off the track. Now will Perego move up the track? I think Pouch got a little edge here. Here comes Pouch. Billy Pouch has it. Going right now. Yep. Side by side now down the back straightaway. Back to the front goes Billy Pouch Jr. Gooler diving to the inside of Creedon. Pouch dipping down to the bottom now, trying to protect the inside. Now it's Perego. Oh no, he'll run high in 1 and 2. Billy's found something at this end of the racetrack. Running that higher line. Howard trying to close in. White flag waving. Yeah, Howard trip around. Howard may still have a shot at this deal. They go down the back straightaway. Billy Pouch Jr.
Such a good race, man.
Over Anthony Perego, and Dwayne Howard is right there. They come off the final corner, racing to the checkered flag, and it's going to be hold your horses.
It was really classy of Perego to not just body slam Pouch coming out of 4 there. He could have. He had the run.
Pouch is going to try and
Didn't even realize Gooler was in the top 5.
They are leading on each other big time. Perego takes it up high. 3 wide now off of turn number 2, and Pouch gets the advantage. He slides his way into the top spot. Perego, one last chance, got a little sideways. Billy Pouch Jr.
Like, you could see the crowd cheering for him there.
Sneaking by Perego for second. Was that a race, or was that a race? And we will now send it down.
Victory lane.
Take it away.
Ah, no
Ladies
interview.
and gentlemen, your coal cracker winner, Billy Pouch Jr.
Flag breaks. Oh, forgot about that. Why are people... Ah, whatever. People in the comments lighting up Borrego for some reason, but he didn't even say anything, like, bad in the post-race or online, so... Really good race. Really good race. I'm glad I decided to watch that one. So we have one more with the Dirt Track Digest crew. It's not a modified race. It's the Sportsman Vermont 200, okay? I hope you guys could, like, forgive me on this one. But, I don't want to say it's the biggest race in Vermont. Definitely up there. No, I think it's probably the biggest, definitely the biggest dirt race in Vermont. I don't know what the asphalt guys are doing over there, but just move on. It's time. I'm not even gonna finish that thought. So it is a sportsman race, 200 laps.
Vermont 200, and it's underway.
I have been to this track before I started the channel. My family was doing a weekend in Lake George, and my brother and I decided to make the short little drive over to the track. We got rained on, of course. The Rangers won the Cup in '94. The Islanders were the ones who dominated in the 80s.
Clean and green so far as the field making their way down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Matt Janzik's going to make his way out and lead this first green flag lap. Frank Horn in the number 2 spot, but here comes a hard charge of Dave Camara.
McPhee trying to make it work down to the inside. Now he'll go up to the outside. Gonna try and rim ride his way up here off of turn number 4. Janzik gonna tiptoe off the bottom. Bubba McPhee has run down Matt Janzik, and now just looking for a way by. They work their way.
I forgot the name of the announcer, but isn't that the announcer that runs or announces at Albany-Saratoga?
Number 3 and McPhee gonna use that high line, trying to dust off the high side here in turn number 4, trying to get a run on your leader, Matt Janzik. Janzik has led them all. McPhee rides second. Now Peyton Talbot.
This is a long highlight video too. This is like a 9-minute one. Which makes sense. It's a 200 lap race. Oh! Is that Talbot? Yeah. I really, really wish Vermont ran small blocks or something. I don't know why. I said Vermont, but I meant Devil's Bowl. But Vermont is true because both Devil's Bowl and Bear Ridge only run sportsman modifieds. They don't do any small blocks or big blocks. Ooh.
Chad Edwards right there as well. Dominic Roselli going to try to get into the mix. Almost 3 wide here as they go through turns 1 and 2. Actually, they are 3 wide coming out of turn 2. And the 10% made the moves on the outside. He's now up to the number 4 spot. Dominic Roselli's going to try to save.
I'm the only one in my house that actually watches hockey, so I never had to like deal with any family rivalries or anything like that. So I guess that's a good thing. But it kind of also means I'm on my own with the sport.
Down here across the line, this time by closing in on 5 to go here to the halfway break. Now here is Chafee again nosing out ahead, but McPhee using the momentum up on the high side. Chafee not going to give up. Almost got far enough ahead to where he could slide up and take the lane away. Now he's got position as they work off of turn number 2.
We're back at it. Matt Janczyk, but he's got a new dancing partner. He's got Kevin Chafee in the number 8. Could it be? Well,
I wonder how hard it is to save tires in a 200-lap sportsman race, because you're definitely not going to be putting down the power you would a big block modified or even a small block modified. But that track has to be so hard at the end of it.
Roselli in a number 80 machine now going to work down to the inside as McPhee got a good run out of turn number 2, but Roselli, he's coming. One of the hard chargers has started deep in the as they work their way down the backstretch, and look at that 26 and Dave Camara. The Flash is back here as he works his way through the south side of the speedway. On the inside of Tim LeDuc, and right behind him is the 21C of Brian Calabrese. So Calabrese right there, watch that go on. So a couple of hard chargers working their way back up through the field after pitting, and now working their way through turn 3.
Edwards is absolutely ripping the top.
Now Chad Edwards grabbing that 3rd spot of Speedway. So working it down the back
Ooh.
stretch into turn number 3. We got that battle for the
Ooh.
number 1 spot. Heating up. Janczyk on the outside. Roselli down
Holy
the
moly.
line. It's still Dominic Roselli. Well, race fans, this is what you came to see. A battle in the last 50 laps of this one. Coming out of turn number 2. Janczyk pulled away a little bit from Roselli. Roselli might have been testing the waters there as we're still got 50 laps to go, 50 laps plus. Chad Edwards going to be sitting there in that 3rd spot, pulling away from the rest of the field. But right behind him, we got our defending track champion here at the Speedway, the 54.
Roselli down to the inside. Edwards trying to take the long way around on the ice cube. He's got him here at the line. Chad Edwards going to be your new 2nd place man. Tom Roselli back to 3rd, and now Edwards has set his sights on your leader. Chad Edwards going to try and catch Matt Janczyk.
Oh, a little bit of push going into the corner. Don't jump it.
Turn number 4, Edwards trying the outside line. Janczyk going to take it away.
Oh, you hit him.
Down here into turn number 1. Now they come off of turn number 2. Edwards again. The long way around down to turn number 3.
Don't jump it.
Chad Edwards
Man.
working the high side of the raceway. He will
Got him.
make the pass, and he'll be your new leader.
I thought he was going to jump the cushion
Chad Edwards is gone.
all 4 quarters of that lap.
Trying to come back with them now as they come off of turn number 2. As they come down off of turn number 4, green flag is out. Janczyk on the gas.
You know, for a sportsman race, this is insanely clean.
Janczyk gonna drift up, and here's Edwards.
Normally half the field is out by like lap 15 in Orange County.
To the front. Here's Edwards. He'll change lanes. He'll show him he can do it on the inside too. Edwards and Janczyk.
But I guess if you're traveling for racing, you gotta be
Here in the late stages
somewhat decent, right?
of the 200 lap event, we
Or way in over your head and you're out in the heat race.
here in tonight's Fabian Earthworks 200. Matt Janczyk trying to defend his title.
White flag here as it comes out of turn number 4. So white flag coming out, race fans. White flag coming out for Matt Janczyk. Can he hold off Josh Sun and grab his 2nd Vermont 200? Josh Sun in that number 2 spot. But now there's 2 turns and a checkered flag. So race fans, grabbing a twofer. And your 2024 Fabian Earth Movement Vermont 200 winners, Matt Janczyk. Matt Janczyk going to pick up the win. Josh Sun in the number 11, going to finish in the number 2 spot. Then it's the 80 of Dominic Roselli. Going to round out your top three as the field working her way through.
Let's see it.
Baby and Earth moving Vermont 200.
Come on, let's see a good celebration.
Up on top. Well, here we go. Race fans jumping out, picking up the twofer.
Ah.
2024 Vermont 200 champion.
Flag wave. All right. All right. Well, that was a good race, actually. Like, that was surprisingly clean for a Sportsman 200 lapper. Congrats, I guess. I would like to check out that race. I definitely want to put Devil's Bowl on the channel at some point. I don't know what they allow for overnight camping, but when I went there with my brother, it looked like they were, I don't know if tolerance is the right word, but they allowed it. Hard to tell because, like I said, we got rained on, so could have just been that weekend, that night. Alright, so we have one final highlight video to watch. It is the Short Track Super Series race from Utica-Rome. You can tell I'm getting a little bit tired now. The New Yorker 50 was originally supposed to race on Sunday, got rained out to Monday. Yeah, Matt Shepard's a really good driver. Let's find out why. Actually, before I switch over, let me double check. No, still no highlights from a dirt track. So because flow racing videos like to get copyrighted on YouTube, if you're new to the stream, what we always do is we switch over to the Flow Racing website and watch it over there because it's still free, but YouTube's auto copyright claim system can't pick it up for some reason. So that's what we do. We cheat the system by following the rulebook. So it's not going to be perfectly in the picture. Let me also kill the background music real quick before I click play. Shut up. Oh, end of the year as well. Oh, that's just the end of the video. Okay. Yeah, Matt Shepard. Talented driver, unfortunately. So as I was saying about Port Royal, I was doing research to like make sure I had everything in order, and I noticed on Port Royal's website that race just wasn't there anymore. So, I mean, there were also like rumors on Facebook that like, you know, Brett Deo was going bankrupt and stuff, so they canceled the race. But yeah, I hate to say I knew for about a week, but because of stuff like that, I knew already. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, because, ooh, I did start getting dinged. Wait. Oh, what's it? It didn't start matching the content ID. That's weird. Damn it, I'm gonna have to edit that out of the... Alright, let me pause the music just to make sure it's not that. Damn, I'm gonna have to edit the video on demand now from the live stream to cut that out. Hey, if you're watching the VOD, we had to cut out the Short Track Super Series race, so I guess it's not as cut and dry as we thought with the Flow Racing website. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what I'm going to do that week in terms of a video now. I'm going to have to find a way to... Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh, what happened? Am I still live? Hold on. Hold on. Am I still live? Damn it, Brett Deo. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. I... Well, I'm just gonna fucking sit here then. Am I back now? I think I'm back. Oh, I think I'm back. Christ, that's annoying. Alright, well, I'm just going to have to start cheating the system in other ways, I guess. I'll leave the background music on and stuff during STSS highlights. So I don't know when it cut out at that point. Hey, welcome back. It turns out Flow Racing website isn't as foolproof as I thought it was. So I'm going to have to cut that out of the stream. I don't know when it cut out, but Matt Shepard is talented racing on 2 shocks. As I was saying about Port Royal, because I was planning on going to that race, I was doing a lot of, like, not a lot of research, but I was, like, getting everything in order, what I need, you know, figuring out where to camp, how much tickets and stuff would be, and, wrong button. And, you know, figuring out what I needed. But, I saw that the race was actually taken off of Port Royal's schedule on their website, so I kind of knew ahead of time. It's like, oh, the rumors are true, the race is canceled. So I knew that for like about a week already. And I don't know what I'm going to do now for that week in terms of filming a video and going to a race. I'm going to have to see what other races there are. We're getting to the end of the year now, so I really don't know what else there is. Well, that's kind of all I got, so that kind of is like a really shitty way to end the stream. But, freaking Brett Deo, man, he's greedy dirtbag. That's all I got, though. So, it's about an hour and 10 minute stream, it's not bad. No other highlights. Let me double check DIRTcar Digest just one more time. Just in case. The Empire Super Sprints posted their highlights. That's cool. It's not a modified though. Nope, still nothing from DTD. So that's where I'm going to end the stream here, boys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hanging out with me for a little bit on a Wednesday. We got 3 Super DIRTcar Series races coming up this week. I think the Short Track Super Series is off. I think the BRP Tour finished their season as well. So the season really is winding down now. But I still don't have an outro for this, so thank you guys for watching the stream. Support your local, go to a short track. You make great memories, you make great friends. You watch some amazing entertainment for very, very cheap. And you get to going helps keep the sport alive for as long as possible. That's all I got, guys. So really, thank you guys so much for watching, and